What is going on, guys? It's Mr. Banks coming at you live with another trade recap. And as you guys already know, we hit two bangers today. We grabbed Tesla at open for over 200%, grabbed QQQ calls for over 100% today. But I'm going to go over Tesla because that was a huge runner and show you how to find the levels, how to find a trade plan so that you can start making trades like this on a daily basis. But go ahead and hit that like and subscribe or retweet button so you don't miss any of this educational content I put out on a daily basis to make you a profitable trader, because that's what it's all about, guys. I want to make trading simple for you. So let's get into it. As you guys already know, no hindsight trades here. Calling Tesla at open, going over 200%. And as you guys know, I'm always funding the team with levels, everything to get them all situated. Shout out to the team today for absolutely printing. You guys came here for the trade recap. So let me get into it. Why was Tesla on my watch list, right? Why was Tesla on my watch list? Well, one of the main reasons was essentially this flag, right? We kind of had a big push from earnings and then we flagged out, right? We kind of flagged out. We're just kind of pushing here, flagging out, almost another flag, right? We kind of flagged out. Obviously, this is a bear flag, but if you look at the bigger picture on the daily, essentially a big flag out and then kind of another flag, right? You could call this a wedge, a bullish pennant, if you will. But if I zoomed down, going to be very similar to the other videos I have been posting for you guys. But what has been going on, right? What has been going on with Tesla ever since we bottomed out, right? Big old flag. Ever since we bottomed out, we've been making higher lows, right? We've been making higher lows. So the thing with a bullish trend or a trend reversal or market structure is, yes, we need to make higher highs and higher lows. But that's not always going to be the case. There's going to be a lot of times where we do something like this. We come back, we retest a major level, and we kind of just move sideways, right? We kind of move sideways, but we're making higher lows. And I'm talking about a bullish trend reversal, right? A market structure where we're in a uptrend, a bullish market structure. We don't necessarily, at least in my humble opinion, and from 11 years of trading, we don't necessarily need to constantly make a higher high and higher low. As long as we're making these higher lows on a nice reversal. I mean, we could see the reversal. We broke a pretty major structure here. We came back down, retesting into demand. We're making higher lows here. So yes, we didn't make a higher high here, but the main thing I want you guys to see from this is we're making higher lows. So for me, that is going to keep in that structure that I want, going to keep in that bullish trend that I want to the upside. And to take it just a little bit further, guys, if we're looking at this price action, let's break this down simple. I want to break this down simple for you guys because what do I always tell you guys? What is trading? It's a battle between buyers and sellers. We look to see who's winning at a certain zone or a certain level. And I'll repeat myself till infinity until you guys get grasp this concept. Who's winning at a certain level will tell you where the price is going to go. Now, again, sometimes we get a little messed up. It doesn't fully work out that way, but it's always going to give you the high probability setup here, right? Not the prettiest, but we are making higher lows, right? Are we not making higher lows from this bottom out? Now, what happened, right? Because we kind of created this nice little trend down, right? Nice little trend. I mean, we can go from this one. We can go from the top here and even do a little bit of this, or we can go to this one. As long as two are touching, either way, very, very similar. We know this 178 level was that big level to break. But what is the major thing for this? Rejected off the trend line. Great. Rejected again and rejected again. But this is the most important thing, guys, is what do we come down to? We came down into a big demand. We're still holding a big demand where we're rejecting it, rejecting it, rejecting it, rejecting. We broke above, held. Nice little liquidity grab. Multiple bottom, push back up into this trend, rejected it, push back down into this nice demand zone, right? This nice little demand zone. So what is this telling me? What is this telling me? Well, it's saying that this trend line is holding true before today for the time being. But this is the most important part for me and why I took this trade today. We are coming back into a major supply demand flip. And every time we're selling off into it, right? We sell off from the trend line, great. Super bearish, not really, but we're selling off from the major trend line. We're coming down into this demand. We're holding, coming back into trend line, selling off, back into demand, holding. So if sellers were going to be in control, wouldn't you think that from this point, we're rejecting the trend line and coming back into demand, we would have sold off and held even further down, right? We would have pushed down by now. Now, we didn't have to push down by now, right? We could have sold off today, but you would think that with sellers in control every time we push up, this zone, which acted as a major supply, would have acted as a major supply again if there was a lot of sellers left over. But every time we came back into the zone, once we broke out of it, holding. Sellers try to take us down here. So it's a very important day. We pushed right back up into it, held, pushed back into highs into this trend, coming right back down, holding, holding. So you can see that this zone here, if we were going to sell, more than likely this would have been a day. It would have pushed lower and we would have gotten sellers to take over and push us down lower, right? We kind of have another little demand here that we held off of. Demand, demand, demand. We came back in, we sold back up. So overall, yes, we're holding this trend down, but we're creating higher lows. Every time we broke this nice supply, the structure right here, after that we held again. So sellers were in control here in where supply. If we were going to flip, they flipped it here. But what happened? We got bought up immediately back into the zone, back into this demand and pushed this right back up. So again, what is this telling me? Let's break it down simple. It's telling me that the zone that can be a supply, once we broke above, sellers did try this day, got bought right back up, is now holding as a major demand. We're testing it. Sellers tried to win here. Couldn't even push us down. Bought right back up. Sellers tried again to push us down. Pushed right back up into this trend line. Cool. There's still sellers left over. And the thing about this trend line, guys, we can just look left and we can see that there's a lot of demand, right? So there's a lot of demand. This is also another zone that we're going to look to. It's not just the trend line. Trend line is true, but there's also, a lot of zone where this was demand turn supply. So not only is there a trend line with the zone, but anyway, sellers are taking us back down into this level. Sellers try to take us back down, push us right back up. So think about trading as being simple. Buyers, sellers, who's winning at this level? But we can see that sellers continue to try to take us down through this big demand. Smaller, could not do it, could not do it, could not do it, could not do it. So if this zone, which was supply at one point, right, couldn't, sellers can't try. I mean, they tried and they couldn't do it. We got bought right back up. And again from yesterday, this demand is holding quite well. I mean, they tried again. They tried again in pre-market after hours, couldn't do it. So this supply demand, right, is going to get eaten up. Now, was I expecting a bounce to go all the way to 187.50? No, I wasn't expecting all of that. I was expecting 186 because 186 has been a massive level. That was the level that we broke down into new lows here, right? Massive level that we came up and we couldn't break above. So I was expecting 186 as the max level. We got a little bit above. I mean, straight to this next level up here. But I was expecting a bounce today, and that was why I took the call side. I mean, 178 would have been fine with me. We had 180, 182, 186, and then obviously the top here at 187.56, called 187.50. But let me get into these levels right quick, and then I will leave you guys. How did I find these levels? Again, let's go to the hourly time frames. We can see that these are major, right? Major support, major support. Awesome. major rejection here, 176.50. You can see here on the hourly, this is a big support resistance flip level. Where do we come up to first and have some resistance? Also the trend line, 176.50 is down here, but 178.50 is that level I was talking about, right? Resistance, kind of support, resistance, resistance. And then we find some level also adds into our trend line. So extra confluence here. But this 178.50 also, if you look back here, major, major, major support, and then resistance flip, which brought us into those lows right here. Right. So we can see this 178 is a pretty big level, right? 178 is a pretty good level. So when we're looking, we need to look, where is there a lot of touches? Where is there a lot of support or a lot of resistance? And we can usually see flips at these major levels as well. So that's how I find these levels to the upside. You could see that this one, about 182 was a big level. 180, right? Major rejection there. 182, the next major rejection here. And obviously that 186 looking back is where we sold off to that new low. And then 187.50, where we went right to today, was just a high here. So levels, guys, just look, where is there a major bounce or a major rejection off of? If there's multiple touches on it, even stronger of a support resistance level, hourly, 4-hour, daily, you can find those there. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you have any questions, my name is Mr. Banks. Would love to see you guys in the Wolves so you can print with us daily. But this is day 3. I'll end it on this. I believe in you guys. Believe in yourself. You will make it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Love you guys. See you next time.